Okay, here I am back. Do this follow up to that video I cut out on. I apologize for that. I didn't mean to really. I ain't doing. I'm figuring out these electronics a little bit. Never really gave a bleep about being some electronic wizard. Still don't really, but I am working on it because I I'm interested in American pocket billiards, and I'm interested in doing my part to even if it's just a small part, to help push it forward a little bit, even if it's just a little nudge. If I feel like I did my share. I've spent too many years nudging it in the wrong direction, so if I can just nudge it a little bit, that'd be great. We had got to the part where I was at Queens, and in New York, we got steered to the pool room in Queens. Kiki had showed up. There was a lot of people ended up turning out there. It was pretty crazy. I remember we had been there about a half hour after he showed up, and by then the place is jacked up pretty good. Don't quote me, I think the total bet was somewhere around 2,500, 3,000. Could have been more. No, Mark on the rail. I mean, ain't no telling what he bet over there. He never told me. But, that's where I thought it was. And by the way, if anyone wants to comment on these, if they're having trouble, someone told me that they're not able to, and I'm working on getting that fixed if you want to comment. And thank you everybody that's watching my videos and supporting me in a positive manner. And, I really appreciate that. And I'll do my best here to rattle my brain and come up with some stories. I've just got so many. But we, like I said, okay, the bet was right around between 25 and 4,000. I'll leave it there. And we probably could have bet 15 or 20 or who knows what. Everybody up there pretty much, they like this guy's game a whole lot. On the whole East Coast, I'm sure that they like this game a whole lot. He's a great player. And whatever. It was on, we played on a Gold Crown. There wasn't a lot of diamonds. There was, but at that point, at that spot, there wasn't none yet. It was early 90s. I'm not sure when Greg Sullivan started really getting booming with the tables, but at that point you still went to some pool rooms, didn't see them. Unlike now, that's about all you see. But it was a Gold Crown, and it was a good playing Gold Crown, pretty tight. And it was like, this is one of the first times I'd played a player like this. And it was, I'd never been to that part of the country. I mean, we're driving for hours through this city, man. I've never seen anything like it. So, I mean, I'm like, it was pretty cool. And so we was worn out, too. We had drove straight up there. It was a pretty good drive from where we came from. We didn't even check in a room or nothing. We dropped security off. We was off to the pool room. So, whatever the case, we get to playing. I see the first game. I mean, his stroke was so fluent. It was so beautiful. Like, I mean, when he shoot the shot, I mean, the cue ball was just like, for like a guy said, he had it on a string. Benny from Jax used to say that. But it's like he had it on a string. I mean, he's moving the ball around, and I mean, they're dancing in the hole. I mean, you can just tell this guy he's not just a pool fanatic or a pool lover or a great player. You could tell he was a little bit something special. And well, either way, right away I feel like, okay, I ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna get up here and try. And he jumps out, whatever. I think we was playing like a race to 12 or something. I don't know, I can't say for sure, but he jumped out on me pretty good right out of the rip. And I did actually, for my first time in that kind of a match, that caliber of a player, I'm not real let down with myself. I managed to hold up and run out when I was supposed to, and I think I had a little bit of bad luck on the break. I got kissed. The cue ball got kissed in the side. I can kind of remember it to this day. It was like twice, you know. Twice I could have maybe cut loose a little bit and put some racks together, and I got kissed in the side twice. But I can remember that part. But he ended up winning the set. He beat me pretty good. He beat me, you know. I don't know if I even got to 7. You know, it was fairly one-sided. He was definitely way more seasoned of a player. And either way, it was great that I got to play him. I mean, it was a few years on down the road. You know, he had surfaced a little bit. I think he won the 9-ball at the Derby there one year. He about brought the house down. You know, I think he was a pretty well-liked player, well-loved player up in the eastern part of the country. And you know, from what I can remember, I could see why. He was a genuine character. I mean, sure he had some problems like everybody, but from all my experiences were pretty good. But you know how it is. I mean, this world can dig up bullshit on the Pope, you know. So I mean, it don't really matter. But it's my experience. But I was gonna mention I wanted to just throw this little tidbit in. This is my hometown again in Irvin. Because I forgot to tell this a while back. It was when I was pretty young. I was probably about 16, and I'm down there. Me and Frankie Muncie. He's a guy from that town. I loved him to death, man. I heard he passed away, but Stevie Morris rolls in. Stevie's about 16, 2 or 7. He's with this guy. They called him Johnny. He said his name was Johnny Tucker. He's walking around the pool room saying, "I'm Johnny Tucker, the big sucker," or some shit like that. But whatever the case, man, I guarantee somebody sees this and they know who that guy was. It was he was running with Stevie about. It was in the early 90s, 91-ish, 90, 91, some shit, I don't know. But, and they, somehow they got me to I'm giving Stevie the 7-8 and the break on a big table 8-footer. And I'm telling Frankie, I'm like, "Look, Frankie, I don't want to play this game." And Frankie's like, "Who gives a bleep?" He's like, "I'll burn 500. He's like, "I want to see this guy play," you know. And that's how, when I grew up in Irvin, that's pretty much the way it was anyway. It was, you know, wasn't nobody that worried about if there was action and they had money, if people had money. There's plenty of times people didn't have money. It's just no different today. But if there was money, I mean, no one, people was going to gamble. That's the way I grew up. People wasn't trying to get the nuts and, and all that bullshit to where it's not even a contest. Like, yeah, it's great to win. It's great to have money. But I think I really grew up, like, the game to me was, of course we got to have money, feed our family, but it wasn't even no fun like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've hustled. I've spent weeks putting games together. I've did all that stuff, but it just, had much more fun getting it out there on the razor's edge for all the money. Well, one time in Houston, I'm playing David G. Hill. Richie's got all the money bet. And I push out to a rail to rail. I mean, I got to cut the ball or play safe. David gives it back to me. I diced it across the diamond string and run out for the money. Richie almost chewed his middle finger off. I had to take it in the emergency room. Yeah, but I'll leave it at that. But hey, I'm sorry for cutting it short, and I'm working real hard on putting some good stories together. God bless everybody. I love y'all. I know there's some people who don't love me a whole lot, but man, I hope I can get you loving me again. I love you. God bless.